Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Thursday, September 29th, 2022. Dr. Pillai has said the foundation of all religions is love. It is his desire that through the Religion of Religions YouTube channel to unite the many different sects of all religions by meeting in the spiritual realm, by meeting in the heart. We believe in the supreme divine power taking form in all gods and goddesses from every religion, and we celebrate their existence on planet Earth. The intention is also to give an authentic experience of God, the experience of divine love, where there is no separation from each other. What we're about to do on this program is an in-depth planetary puja. We're going to be using the chart of now, based on my current location, which right now is in the state of New Mexico in the United States. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and an AstroVed astrologer, and I'm very happy to be hosting these calls Monday through Friday. Dr. Pillai has said the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is a divine light being associated with all of them. And as we do this puja, we are invoking the blessings of light beings to come into us and to come into our world. We also contain all of these planets and all of these beings and stars within us as well. And as we do this puja, you may have moments of perhaps seeing something or feeling something or understanding something, and all of those are valid modes of perception. So allow yourself to go on a little bit of a journey with this planetary puja. We're using the South Indian style chart as the layout that we're working with today. If you're unfamiliar with this layout, there is a link below the video to a tutorial video about the South Indian style layout. Each of these 12 boxes is representing a particular zodiac sign. I have on a side table, I have this chart drawn in chalk on a little chalkboard, and that's where I'm going to be performing the puja. I also have a lit tea light. I have a little container of water. I have a hand fan. I have a bell. And I also have a bowl of fresh flower petals, which I'm going to use during the puja. We start, also with the container of water, we start with, I take my ring finger on the right hand, dip it into the water, and I sprinkle it on all four sides of the blackboard, making a sacred space for doing the puja. I sprinkle a few drops of water on top of myself, and I send a few drops of water out towards space, towards all of you, so that whether you're watching it live or watching later on a replay, we're all participating in puja from a sense of being in a sacred space and being purified. We start the puja with first invoking Ganesha, the archetype who removes all obstacles, and also is a patron of astrology. Om Sring Gang. Om Sring Gang. Om Sring Gang. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja, and we thank him for his help with this. Now we do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. There is a link for this chant up above earlier in the chat, if you're unfamiliar with this chant. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvar Kumikave, Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvar Kumikave, Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvar Kumikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank Saint Gnanasamunda for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we turn our attention to the various time shaktis or time elements that are active at the moment. We're going to honor the planet that rules the day, the star that the moon is in, the tithi or the moon phase, the planet that rules the hour in this location, and the yoga and the karana time elements. We start with the planet that rules the day. Today is Thursday, ruled by Jupiter. Every time I say Namaha, I'll be putting a flower petal onto my little blackboard on the chart in the appropriate location. With this flower petal, I'm going to be putting it on top of Jupiter. Each time we do the mantra, I'll be offering a fresh flower petal. Om Gurave Namaha. Om, excuse me. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in. Right now, the moon is in the star Vishaka, a star that can give blessings for victory and triumph. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Now we honor the tithi or the moon phase. At the moment, the moon is in the fourth waxing moon, which is called Chaturthi in Sanskrit. Dr. Pillai said we would use the Sanskrit name of the moon phase, followed by the word Devi, which invokes the light being associated with that moon phase. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chaturthi Devye Namaha. Om Chaturthi Devye Namaha. Om Chaturthi Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that's ruling the hour. In my location, that's Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. For the yoga and the karana, Dr. Pillai said we would not use flower petals. We would just say their names 3 times each. The yoga element right now that is active is one called Vishkamba, which has energies that are victorious. Vishkamba, Vishkamba, Vishkamba. And the karana that is active right now is one called Vishti, which has energies that are inefficient. Vishti, Vishti, Vishti. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. Dr. Pillai said we would always start with looking at whatever sign is the current ascendant sign. This is the ascendant sign here, meaning the sign that's coming up on the eastern horizon in my local area. Here it's represented with the letters AC for ascendant, This is in the sign of Kanya or Virgo. Dr. Pillai said we would look at the ascendant sign and then offer flower petals to whatever planet rules the ascendant sign. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so I'm going to put flower petals now on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now, starting in the ascendant sign, we're going to look at each sign that has planets in it, and we're going to offer flower petals to the planets, the stars they're in, the archetypes that rule those stars, the planets that rule those stars, and the planet that rules the star, the sign that the planets are in. Today in Virgo, we have Mercury, we have Venus, and we have the Sun. Mercury is retrograde. He's also exalted in this sign. And as you just saw, he rules this sign. He's very comfortable and powerful today. Venus and Mercury are in the same star. So I'm going to invoke both of them before I invoke this star. I start with Venus. I start with Mercury. He's the one at the lesser degree. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now we honor Venus for being in Virgo. I put the flower petals on him. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Mercury and Venus are both in a star called Uttara Phalguni. This is a star with energies for relationships. I put the flower petals across both Mercury and Venus. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Om Uttara Phalgunaye Namaha. Uttara Phalguni star is ruled by Aryaman, an archetype who rules contracts, honor, keeping one's word. We ask him to help us to be honorable people, and I put the flower petals across Mercury and Venus. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Uttara Phalguni star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the sun for being in Virgo. I put the flower petals on him. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The sun is in a star called Hasta. This is a star symbolized as an open hand in blessing. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Hastaye Namaha. Om Hastaye Namaha. Om Hastaye Namaha. Hasta star is ruled by Savitur, a form of the sun that helps with the evolution of human consciousness. It helps stretch our minds towards higher truths. We honor this archetype, and I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Saviturye Namaha. Om Saviturye Namaha. Om Saviturye Namaha. Hasta star is ruled by the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kanya or Virgo, the most detail-oriented of all the zodiac signs, the sign that can help us with things like numbers, pattern recognition, and analytical thinking. Today, containing Mercury, planet of communication, and also the merchant planet in charge of all forms of buying and selling. Venus, among the planets, he's called the diplomat. He brings happiness. He also brings enjoyment of material plane comforts and the arts. And the sun, who is our soul, and also a planet so important for our physical health and our own self-esteem. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi sign with the planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu and the moon. They're both in the same star, so I'm going to invoke both the planets. Before I invoke the star, I start with invoking Ketu and put the flower petals on him. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Now we honor the moon for being in Libra. I put the flower petals on him. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Ketu and the moon are both in the star called Vishaka. Again, a star that gives blessings for victory, for triumph. I place the flower petals across both Ketu and the moon. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by a pair of archetypes, Indra and Agni. Indra can give blessings for leadership and courage, and Agni gives blessings for transformation and purification. We honor both of them, and I put the flower petals across Ketu and the moon. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Tula or Libra is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign with energies for balance and fairness and harmony, today containing Ketu, sometimes called the saintly planet, and the moon, which is our mind and our emotions. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with planets in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto retrograde and Saturn, who is also retrograde. When planets are retrograde, they are extra powerful. We start with invoking Pluto, and for him, we use the mantra Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada. This is a star that can give blessings for long-lasting success. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor Saturn for being in Capricorn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta. This is a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, and good reputation. We honor this star. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. We honor all 8 of them, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, a planet that can help with rationality and science, and Saturn, a planet that can help with patience, perseverance, compassion, and service. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Neptune, who is retrograde. We honor Neptune, and for him we use the mantra Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purva Bhadrapada. This is a star that can give blessings for purification. I put the flower petals on top of Neptune. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada's star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can help us experience deeper levels of stillness and silence and forgiveness. We honor him, and I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada's star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on him. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. That rules Aquarius. Neptune is in Aquarius. It's still ruled by Saturn. I put the flower petals on him. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian and service-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, planet that helps with our intuition and our ability to understand our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter, who is retrograde. We honor Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in Uttara Bhadrapada, a star that can help with business development. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada is ruled by Arbundya, an archetype who can help with guarding treasures and valuables. We ask him to guard our treasures and valuables, including our treasure that is the earth itself. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Arbundyaye Namaha. Om Arbundyaye Namaha. Om Arbundyaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada star is ruled by Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put more flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, the most transcendental and metaphysical of all the zodiac signs, today containing Jupiter, planet that helps with everything related to spiritual teachings. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Misha or Aries, which today contains Rahu and Uranus, who is retrograde. We start with honoring Rahu, as both of them are in the same star. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus, and for him we use the mantra Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Rahu and Uranus are both in Bharani, a star with a tremendous amount of positive, feminine, divine energy or Shakti or power. I put the flower petals across both Rahu and Uranus. Om Bharniye Namaha. Om Bharniye Namaha. Om Bharniye Namaha. Bharni star is ruled by Yama, an archetype who helps with justice. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on him. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing Rahu, planet that helps us to think outside the box, and Uranus, a planet that helps with intelligence, success in life, and even astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains Mars. We honor Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Mrigashira, a star that can help us to be curious and open to trying new things, having new experiences. We honor the star, and I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mrigashiraye Namaha. Om Mrigashiraye Namaha. Om Mrigashiraye Namaha. Mrigashira's star is ruled by Soma, a form of the moon in which he is a kind of divine nectar or liquid of immortality, named Soma. We honor this archetype, and I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Mrigashira's star is ruled by Mars. Again, we honor Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. We put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, a grounded and luxury-loving sign, today containing Mars, a planet that likes to take practical action to solve problems. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it over the blackboard that has the chart and all these little piles of flower petals. And in the air, I pass it around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Now, I take a hand fan and I'm going to wave it in the air around the chart 3 times, offering the element of air and a cooling breeze. And now I take a bell to offer the element of sound. Now I make prayer hands and make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them to send their positive blessings into all of us, our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our countries, our communities, and indeed the entire planet. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own personal prayers in silence for about a minute, and then we can do some short Q&A. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all so much for being here. Your participation and support is truly appreciated. Right now, we have a little time where I could take a few questions in the chat and do my best to answer them if you want to post your questions there. And again, we appreciate it if you press the like button for the video, if you subscribe to the channel, as it helps the channel to grow. And Dr. Pillai is very keen to continue adding more and more programs into this channel, wants it to be reaching more and more people. So just checking the chat to see if there's any questions being posted today. It's okay if there's not. I'll just give you another minute or two for posting your question if you have it. We are still in the 9 nights of the goddess, Navaratri. Tonight is a night for Lakshmi, goddess of purity, grace, abundance, and beauty. So we will be honoring her. Simple mantra you can use for her is Shrim Brazi. Okay. Okay, checking the chat, not seeing any questions today. Again, that's totally fine. And we welcome everyone here, whether you subscribe or not, whether you post in the chat or not. You're all very welcome to be here. And I appreciate knowing that we have people in different states, different countries, different continents participating. It creates a unity consciousness, which is a very positive thing. Very lovely. Okay, looks like it's very quiet today. Tomorrow, I will have to be having a shorter Q&A period because we will have another program coming up right after this one, and I have to get off the Zoom channel so that Ronnie has a chance to set up for what she's doing. I'll go ahead right now and close out this program for today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. May light encompass all.